We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality.
Explanation. Seneca's observation is astute. Much of our worry stems from imagined scenarios that seldom materialize into reality. These fictional concerns, whether about arguments, situations, or risks, serve only to inflict unnecessary suffering. By scrutinizing the objects of our worry, we often find they are products of our own imagination, lacking substance in the tangible world.
It isn't the things themselves that disturb people, but the judgments that they form about them.
Explanation. When we encounter situations that bring suffering, it's often our perception rather than the situation itself that causes the distress. For instance, consider being stuck in traffic. The traffic isn't inherently good or bad, it's merely a line of cars. However, our interpretation of the traffic determines whether we see it as positive or negative.
If you want something good, get it from yourself.
Explanation. Embrace the timeless wisdom of be the change you wish to see in the world. Assume accountability for your thoughts and deeds, without relying on others. In challenging circumstances, be the catalyst for positivity and improvement. Instead of merely complaining, take proactive steps to enhance the situation. Depend on your own efforts to elevate your life, rather than waiting for external forces to bring goodness.
You can bind up my leg, but not even Zeus has the power to break my freedom of choice.
Explanation. Epictetus highlights a fundamental life principle. While we may not control life's events, we always retain control over our responses. Our actions and reactions are within our jurisdiction, granting us unparalleled freedom of choice.
How does it help to make troubles heavier by bemoaning them?
Explanation. Life inevitably presents challenges and suffering, but individuals often exacerbate their hardships by dwelling on them excessively. This occurs through habitual complaining, adopting a victim mentality, or indulging in self-pity. Instead, a more constructive approach involves examining adversity, extracting lessons, taking ownership of personal growth, and progressing forward. Persistently wallowing in self-pity, or assigning blame to external factors offers little benefit. These behaviors serve as anchors, tethering individuals to past grievances and sinking them deeper into despair.
Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will, then your life will flow well.
Explanation. Epictetus emphasizes the importance of managing expectations for building resilience. Hoping for everything to align perfectly sets one up for inevitable disappointment. Since much of life is beyond our control, pinning our well-being on desired outcomes leaves us vulnerable to suffering. Rather than expecting the world to conform to our wishes, it's wiser to accept the inherent unpredictability of events and human behavior. Focus on controlling our responses, as this is where our power truly lies.
Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it.
Explanation. Reading philosophy offers profound benefits, unlocking a treasure trove of practical wisdom within books and discussions. Yet Epictetus reminds us that true enlightenment comes not just from reading and discussing, but from embodying these principles. It's about living out our philosophical frameworks, practicing what we preach rather than merely talking about them.
When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves.
Explanation. This concept echoes Epictetus' dichotomy of control, distinguishing between what we can and cannot change. While we exert influence over certain aspects of our lives, many factors lie beyond our control. When we've exhausted efforts to alter our circumstances yet still experience suffering, the solution lies in introspection. By shifting our perspective, we can alleviate suffering. Are there silver linings to be found? Opportunities for personal growth? Lessons to be learned for future resilience?
You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength.
Explanation. Our sphere of control encompasses only our thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, and actions. Everything else lies beyond our influence. Recognizing this truth allows us to embrace the world as it is and take ownership of our responses. This mindset shields us from unnecessary suffering caused by unrealistic expectations of how the world should behave. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, it grants us a certain strength.
Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for a kindness.
Explanation. We bear responsibility for our actions. Whether we opt for cruelty or compassion, our choices dictate our behavior. This responsibility is universal. In every human interaction, individuals confront the choice between kindness and cruelty. It underscores the inherent agency we possess in shaping our conduct.